Hey, what's up? It's your boy Denzel. Kampala, Uganda is where I'm at. Today is the 23rd of March, 2020. We're still in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. We're still going out. I'm still going out and talking to people from across the world and finding out about how they're handling the situation in all the different countries. And on the show today, really glad to have one of our African queens, none other than Fatima, who joins me all the way from Michigan in the United States of America. And she's originally from Malawi. Many of you will recognize her from Big Brother Africa, where she managed to stay quarantined for a long time, a couple of months. So if there's a person who knows about quarantine, it's got to be her. She's going to be telling us about what experience is like right now in Michigan, where thousands of people have tested positive for COVID-19. I shouldn't be touching my face. Don't touch your face. Yeah, her advice on how you can just stay home and stay safe. That is what we're pushing right now, trying to get you used to staying home and staying safe and flattening the curve. Remember, it's not only about keeping yourself safe, but also about reducing the possibility of you infecting so many other people and putting healthcare systems under unnecessary stress. Let's get into it. Starting. Okay, here we are yet again with our YouTube series, touching base with people around the world. We've become literally a global village as we go through a global pandemic. And we're particularly reaching out to some people who are masters at quarantine. And today on the show, I talked to none other than Fatima, who joined me all the way from Michigan in the United States of America, where she's currently in a little bit of a quarantine at home. Fatima, great to have you on the show. How are you doing today?
It's great to be here, Denzel, and it's great to see you.
Yes, again.
Have podcast with the outside world.
You know what I mean? It's interesting because, as much as we're in different countries in different parts of the world, we're all going through what I'd say is a common experience, which is that we're all locked up. Not locked up per se, but under quarantine, as we try to flatten the curve and reduce infections, and also try to protect ourselves from infection. Now, just to give you just to give the people a little bit of a backdrop, you're originally from Malawi, right?
Yeah, that's right. Southeast Africa, one of the last countries that still doesn't have confirmed cases of infection at the moment. I think it's just Malawi and Mozambique at the moment in Southeast Africa.
Yeah. When you talk to the people, actually Mozambique got somebody yesterday, just to let you know, bad news. When you talk to the people back at home, what are they like? What's in their minds?
You're getting two kinds of reactions. I guess it's like that everywhere. First, there's those that are really, really scared. They don't want it to get into the country, and they're panicking and going out and buying chloroquine and taking it because they've heard that that's the cure. And then there's those that are not taking it seriously enough. They're kind of thinking, well, it's way over there. It's not our kind of disease, so it's something we shouldn't worry about. And we can crack jokes about it at the moment. But I guess that's how different people are coping with this thing.
All right, we're going to flip over and switch to what you call home right now. That is Michigan in the United States. We all have that particular memory of the first time we heard about, the COVID-19 getting into our countries and so forth. What was yours like for you? When did it finally hit home, and what were you like? What was going through your mind?
I was at work when I heard. Well, I had been following it from the get-go. I'd been following it elsewhere, but then it was when it got here, it was in other states and not in my state. So it was kind of like, okay, so this is happening around the world. But then when the governor of Michigan, Gretchen Whitmer, when she made the announcement, I was at work at the radio station. I was about to go on air, and then there she was saying, well, Michigan confirmed cases. And you kind of take a step back, and you're like, wow, this is real. It's here. It's right at our doorstep. So it kind of, you take stock. You're like, you know what? I could get it. And that's a very chilling reality.
Between then and now, how has life changed in Michigan?
is changed tremendously. As you know, I'm a student here, and schools are shut down. We're not going into school anymore, no classes. The classes that you can take online, we've switched to online learning. It's kind of hard, but we're coping. And then for people that have to go to work, you work from home if you can, and if you can't, you stay away from work. And I feel for the older generation, because if you're going into a shop, you're seeing all sorts of people buying things that they shouldn't be buying and stocking up on. Well, they should be buying, but they're stocking up. They are panic buying. Now,
Yeah.
I saw an older lady trying to buy a can of beans, and she gets to the aisle and there's no beans at all because somebody decided, well, I'm going to keep 52 cans of beans just to stock up, just in case I need them. So it's kind of crazy. It's getting crazier and crazier by the minute.
Okay. I don't.
Oh, I missed out on that. I can't hear you. I think we lost connection. I think we lost connection, Denzel.
And living life normally, if
I've
I'll call
got
it
you
that.
back. I lost connection. I just got you back.
Yeah. I don't know. Around here in Uganda, in Kampala, we have people who are non-conformists, if I would call them, and they still go out, and live life normally, and they're not really trying to flatten the curve. I don't know if you have people like that who are still going about their days, normally, and are really not taking government directives seriously.
One second, I'm getting a message from someone at work trying to. Oh, it's just an update.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want me to
Um,
go through that again?
no, that's fine. Going out is a silly thing to do at the moment. Basically, if I'm infected and I go out, I infect 3 people. That's minimum. Those 3 people go out, they infect 3 of their own each. Within 30 days, we're going
Yeah.
to have a catastrophe. Now, if I stay home, I'm minimizing the chances of spreading the virus to anybody. Not only am I minimizing the chance, but if I'm not infected, I'm stopping myself from being infected. And what this does is it gives chances to the health services to actually be able to deal with this disease because we're not clogging the hospitals with people that need treatment. We are sort of like lessening the number of people that are getting into the hospitals. So staying at home is the wisest thing to do, even in countries where there's just like 1 or 2 cases. Hold on one second.
Yeah, sure.
Uh, I'm being interviewed right now. Just, yeah. Can I pause for a bit?
Yeah, sure.
Flo? Flo? Oh, she's gone.
Okay.
Right. So yeah, we need to be able to stay home and keep ourselves protected and keep each other protected. It's very imperative, even in countries where there's just one case. One case is all it takes to spread to the entire country. I mean, that's how it started in China, probably with one case. And look where we are now. We need to be a little more responsible. We need to take responsibility. It's not a joke. I've seen the people going out and clubbing and dancing, and they're dancing to that song Corona or whatever they're calling it. That's just great. That's really just crazy. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Back in three,
Oh, there you are.
two. Yeah. Listen, I got to ask about something, which is looking forward to the future and, trying to figure out where this is going to go. What are your thoughts? Where do you think this is all headed?
I think with time we can manage it, and if we're very diligent in how we're trying to manage it, the key is flattening the curve. Once we flatten the curve, then we are buying ourselves a little more time to actually understand this virus and how to deal with it. Going
Yeah.
forward, it teaches us to be a little more uh, careful with the things that we get up to, and to keep ourselves safe. And also, I think it's time for a lot of people to take stock, because the one thing that goes in your mind when you hear, well, I'm infected, is, am I going to make it? Now, once you start asking yourself those questions, you kind of like, your life flashes in front of you. You're kind of like taking stock. You're like, man, did I do it right? Is this it? Am I going to get another chance to do this again? So, the way I see it, for me personally, this is another chance to get to do this right, to do it again and do it right, if we live through
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
That is true. That is true. There's a lot of talk about how it's going to definitely change the world, and I definitely hear you on that one. It is literally another chance for the whole world to, rewrite some rules and just come back stronger next. Should we
Mhm.
get through it? And also another message is that a lot of people are definitely going to get through it. I know a number of people are worried about passing on, but truth of the matter is that a lot of people are actually getting better. So that's good news as well.
Definitely. That's
Thank you very.
one thing that I really want to emphasize. We're hearing a lot of the bad news, a lot of
Yeah,
the deaths and stuff.
the
But what
mentality.
we're not
Yeah,
hearing a lot of is the good news, that, you know what, you can come through it. And there's things that you can do to give yourself a better chance, like I'm doing right now. This is lemon tea, an alkaline body and hot water here. It's not a cure, but it makes me feel better.
let's hope there's no Russian vodka in there. Listen, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, oh no, this is pure lemon tea.
Thank you so much for joining us. You stay safe, do your part to flatten the curve, and we'll keep in touch. And we have nothing but great wishes for you. Okay?
Great stuff. Man, great stuff. Keep doing what you're doing. This is really great. We need to keep in contact with one another, and,
Yeah,
keep ourselves updated. Yeah.
yeah. All right, cool
Great
stuff.
stuff.
Take care. Right?
Thanks. You have a good day. Keep your hands clean.
Not touching my face. Not touching my face. And there we have it. Thank you, Fatima, for joining us on YouTube series right here. Make sure you keep in touch with us. Like and subscribe. We will be back with some more content from different people around the world. Find out about how they're coping with this COVID-19 pandemic. Peace. Stay home. Stay safe. Flatten the curve.